Cool. So the first thing I want to cover now is just going over the homework. And I'm just going to ask who did the homework that I set for last week?
I don't think Amy even knew what it was because she
That's
wasn't
right,
on
Amy.
the call. But
Everyone else did it, yeah? Cool. Awesome. I didn't get messages from everyone. So the last piece of the homework, I know Dave and Linda sent me messages saying what they'd want to see on future calls, like topics and aspects of the business they would like to see covered. So thanks.
They said just like, no swearing on the recording, Lou.
So yeah, no, thanks to you guys for doing it. For everyone else who didn't send me those topics or aspects that you want covered on the call, the calls in the future, then let me know. Just send me a message. Dave gave some great ones, so did Linda. So I've noted both of those down, or all 3-4 of those.
Yeah, and
down.
especially I think as well, Amy, if you've got anything that you'd love to see like us cover off, or like anything that's come up for you, you're like, oh, I don't really know how to answer that if someone's asked me or whatever, because you're so new, like it'd be really good for us to know the real new people, because Mum and Lucinda, you've been around for a little while now, so you're kind of old news. jokes Love you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, so homework, guys, like homework is actually something we didn't do on previous calls or in calls that we used to have with like Adam and Bianca, but I feel like it's something that came out of a 6-week intensive business training thing that we were doing a few weeks ago, and it really worked. And I just wanted to ask quickly, are you guys getting value out of the homework that's being set? Do you feel like it's, and you can just put your hand up, do you feel like it's actually, giving you something
worth
to go away and work with?
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
And it's not too overwhelming. It's just like, no.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing for me is like when you've got hours of videos and stuff to watch, it's like, oh my God, like I've already got enough going on without this as well. So yeah.
Awesome. I wanted to get that feedback like in a group environment, because if there was any issues, then you can just speak out and then we can deal with it. So thanks, guys. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'll keep setting it. And we've got another 6-week sprint for anyone who wants to check that out. We can talk to people individually about that. And then, just see if that's something that some people have already been doing it on the call, the previous one. So
we'll keep these calls as like, for like, so, say if Amy had a friend get started, or Lou had a new person get started, or Joe, or whoever you guys, and you can plug them in, and it's like more of, the UK community. It's a chance for us to learn like the kind of foundation of what you need to do, and just, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the basics, basically. And then the 6-week sprint is really for people that want to accelerate their business. So we'll be doing that with Josh and Sarah. For though it's going to be, we just need to finalize it, but it looks like it'll be on a Monday, which will be New Zealand time. So Monday morning for us in the UK. So if you guys can't make it on, we'll record the calls and you can watch them back, and we'll still be able to work with you on the sprint. But yeah, like I said, we can have separate chats about that.
Yeah. Cool. The other thing I wanted to start with was I'm going to cover a few topics, and same with Rach. We're going to do a few separate pieces from what we got out of Super Saturday, and we thought would be just key to share with you, and even to hear again for you as well, Dave and Kyla, which is the first bit being the important part, which is of this whole business and what you need to do in it, which is actually doing the work. I think I said it on a previous call, but you can learn all you want, and you can basically like take actions, and you can take them consistently, inconsistently. But at the end of the day, as you just need to do the work to actually get the results. So the thing that he actually gave was a great analogy, and I can't do it how he did it because he was actually standing up on stage, Michael Klaus, and he was in Dave and Kyle laughing. You remember the part? So I'll try to do it as best I can, but basically he was standing on stage and he said, "Do you know how?" He went into more detail, but he just said, do you know how marching works? And people said, oh yeah, left foot, right foot. And he said, yeah, exactly. So you've got left foot first, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And he gave that analogy of marching to like how the Isogenics business works. And what he meant was your left foot is really your action, the actions that you're taking. And your right foot is the knowledge, is your learning. And the way he put it was that how you want to treat this business is you need to take action, left foot, and then learn more, right foot, then take more action, left foot, then learn more, right foot. So take action, learn more, take action, learn more. So the point is that some people take action and they're just, they're enrollment machines, and they just take action, 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 action. And basically that's like walking around on your left foot. And if you can imagine, if you're walking around on your left foot, you're just going around in circles, walking around on your left foot, going round and round and round and round in the circle, not really getting anywhere because you're not learning what you need to be able to move forward.
I've done this.
Yeah, so there's some people that do that. We've done both, like at some stage or another in our business.
I've done this.
I was more
started loads of people, and just literally just going round and round in circles because I wasn't
wondering why they were dropping off. They weren't getting great results.
Yeah, as a leader, I wasn't growing how my duplication in my business or my leadership. I wasn't learning anything new about how I could best benefit my team. And so I was just walking around enrolling people were dropping off, enrolling people they were dropping off, because there was no consistency in what I was doing. So
yeah, that's true. That was Rach. I was the other person.
I was like, with all the knowledge,
learn everything I could as much as I could, and maybe take a little bit of action, but mostly just really enjoy the learning and being part of the community, going to the events and learning more and being like this knowledge master, but not really putting a lot of it into action.
He knew everything. He knew everything about everything. I think he knew more than the scientists about the products.
Seriously, yeah. And none of that stuff duplicates anyway when you're actually talking to people. So there's no point in a lot of it. But, the point was that as soon as I started taking the action, and just like Rach, as soon as she started doing what I was doing and started learning more, we started left, right, and that's when we actually started to really... That was when I would say that we actually started being business builders. Like we started building an Isagenix business. Before that, it was a lot of going around in circles, and we'd get somewhere and we'd get hundreds and thousands of dollars of upfront bonuses from Isagenix. And if you looked at that, you'd be like, oh my gosh, those guys are earning heaps of money and they're doing really well and they hit executive and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, a lot of it was just going around in circles.
Our residual income didn't grow. And at the end of the day, if you're passive, your income, if you're not getting paid more while you're sleeping and you're just getting paid the bonuses, you may as well just go get a sales job and probably get paid more money, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a bit pointless. So we had to look at what we were doing. The other thing is that you guys are at different stages completely, all of you, in terms of what you're doing. So when we talk about action, and it's just a level of action of what you want to achieve. Some of you just want to get your products paid for. That's fine. You don't need to be going out and sharing Isagenix with hundreds of people. You might just be sharing it with a few close friends or family. Some of you might want to just earn an extra £100 a week on top of your products being paid for. Some of you want to earn £1,000 a week. It just depends. So just whatever's relative to you. I don't want you all to go away and be like, oh my God, I've got to speak to 10 new people each day and all of that. You don't need to do that if you just want to eat for free. Yeah.
And Michael said that at the end. He said, even if you start off with your starting point is, I'm going to talk to 2 new people 4 days a week. Each, whatever 4 days, those will be every second day or whatever. He said that might be your starting point. And then, over time, over the next coming weeks, you might up it to 3 people 5 days a week, and then you're just looking at where you're at and then going from there, basically.
Consistency.
Yeah. And doing that consistently. Consistency was the main point he was making. Like I said, you could take consistent or inconsistent action, but I guarantee you take consistent action and set whatever your goal is of how many people you're going to contact and talk to about Isagenix each day, or however many days a week. You do that as opposed to, I'll do it all 7 days this week. I'll do it maybe 1 or 2 days next week, and then not the week after. You'll be better with consistency. You'll get better results. In a year's time, your business will be further along than the person that was doing it inconsistently, even though they may have contacted the same number of people actually by the end of the year. So it's all about that consistent action as well. So, Rach, I was just going to let you go to the next part.
Okay, cool. Questions. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so this is what they went over at... a lot of it is what we went over at summer Super Saturday. I was going to say summer kickoff, but I don't think you can ever hear it enough times because I've heard it before. So the first question is where are you right now? Where are you in your business, or where are you in terms of Isagenix? It might be that you're I keep using Amy as an example, but but you're brand new, and that you've just finished your 30 days and you're just rocking your health results, and maybe you want to share with a couple of people. And then there's So we can use ourselves as an example. Where are we right now? Where we are is we are Crystal Executive, which is 10 people with 2 people, but we have 8 consultants at the moment. So just to explain that, in case all of you don't know what that means, to be executive, it goes associate when you first start, consultant, manager, director, and executive. And when you hit those ranks, you have to maintain those people in order to maintain the paid as rank. So we hit Crystal Executive about 1.5 years ago, and then we dropped back a bit, and now we've just been building up to it again. Crystal Executive is 10 people that you've started with 2 people each, and at the moment we have 8 people with 2 people, and then like a bunch of people that use the products. We've got about 30 or 40 people actively buying product in our business at the moment. So that's where we're at. Where the next question is, where are you going? Where are we going? We're going back to executive. That's our first
I'll just touch
goal.
on the other part about, sorry to go back, with where you are right now. You might be like, for us, 1.5, 2 years in, you find that you start becoming more comfortable. So you might be where you are is you're comfortable with building your Isagenix business. For you guys right now, it might be that you're just learning. You're just learning the skills. You're taking actions, but you're still in the sort of learning phase. So that's where you are right now. Most of it is just being okay with where you are and just getting that first. And then the other part that where we are is we're ready to earn 6 figures through this opportunity, and hit 3-star and be in the start 1,000. That's our next part that we're basically ready for, and that's where we're at in terms of our mindset. So where are you at with your mindset, and like what are you ready for next?
Yeah. So as soon as we get back to executive, then we'll be running for 3-star. And you don't need to know what 3-star means really. It goes 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, depending on your cycles. We hit 2-star, so our next goal is 6 figures, is 3-star, which we're excited about, because that means that we'll have impacted more people's lives. And it could be, where are you going? It could be, paying off, I don't know, like you've got finance on a car, or you just want to cover your rent, or you just want to replace your car, or you just, like I say, want to get your products paid for. It could be anything. It could be any goal that's personally about your lifestyle that then kind of drives you as well as a goal in the business. And again, if you don't really know what your next goal is, we can help you guys with that. Like, we can help you right now on this call. And then how are you going to get there? So this is the roadmap. It's like a GPS. You imagine you're driving somewhere and you don't know where you're going. You wouldn't just drive and then just be like, oh, I'll just turn left. And maybe where I'm going is left, and just keep driving and hope that you would get there. You need to know, where you are now, your destination, and what the roadmap. You would put it into your GPS and GPS it all the way so you knew that you were going to get to your destination. The same thing with Isagenix. We need to know where we're going, and then we'll map out how we're going to get there. So do you know how to get to your next goal? Do you know that to get 2 people on board, you probably need to speak to about 20 people, because the ratio is about 1 in 10. Do you know that? So do you know who those 20 people are that you're going to talk to? Are you going to have a launch party? Are you going to do 3-way calls? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody wants to share those 3 things, like where they are now, where they're going, and how they're going to get there.
Maybe except Dave and Carla, because you guys have already done this, but anyone else, maybe just one other person on this call that can just share the answer to those 3 questions. So the 3 questions are, where are you right now? Number 2, where are you going? And number 3, how are you going to get there?
Okay.
Let's go for it. Don't even rush at once.
My mum's like,
Linda, every time.
Every time. You're going to go first, Mum. Then someone else. Mum.
And you just need to.
Sorry.
Sorry, we'll unmute you again, Linda.
Sorry. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right. Well, where I am right now, my position is manager, which I hit a couple of weeks ago, which I'm delighted about. And where I want to be is Crystal Director. So it's my plan now to be able to reach Director, but I'm still I'm still a little bit not sure how I'm going to get to that position. So if you guys can give me a little bit of advice, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
And then, like, just going back to question 2, Linda, where you're going, like, why is it that you want to hit director? Why is that your next goal? What do you want to do with that? Is it something you want to do with that particular amount of money you get at that rank, or what is the why?
Yeah, a few things really. I suppose, yes, obviously the money would be good, because my aim is to be able to give up my part-time job in retail. So that's my reason behind it. Get my products paid for, hopefully. So yeah, they're my main reasons, but also to be able to build my business and see the people that I'm enrolling, be able to help them and develop that and see how they grow. And yeah, I would just love to be able to build my team.
Awesome. Love it.
And it's epic that you knew that Crystal Director came after Manager, because
yeah.
into one event and it was like you guys were so brand new. I would be surprised that you even picked that up. So
yeah,
it's awesome, Mum.
And I printed off, which also helps, which I thought this was quite helpful. I printed off on my printer your rank advancement. So when I was at consultant, to have my 2 people, then when I got to manager, my 2 people under that for my left and right team, and then I've printed off my Crystal Director. So that's really helpful as well.
So cute.
So just one step at a time.
Proud parent.
Like a student who's like, I've done my homework.
Where's my gold star?
Oh dear.
Cool. No, awesome work, Linda. That's really great.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Cool. We'll head on. We've got a few other things to do, but if we have time at the end of the call, you guys want to share what you wrote down, then yeah, feel free to do that. So the technology, you go for it.
I love this. I've been using it like ever since we went to the event. So Michael Klaus basically said that he was going to take us through something that a piece that he'd done at Celebration in America when they had the Vegas celebration there in August. And we were walking into the building, and one of the girls that was with us was like, are you going to do the egg analogy? And I was looking at her thinking, what's she talking about? But she'd been at the American celebration. She'd heard him do it there. And he said he was going to do part of it. And she said, oh my God, it was so good. Like, I was falling asleep in my chair, and then you started doing this piece, and I like woke up and was listening. So he basically said like the isogenics and what we do is like a cake, like baking a cake, and you need to have certain components to be able to bake a cake. And when you have a cookery book, if you were going to look up how to make like a Victoria sponge, it would give you 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of butter, whatever, like you would have all the ingredients. And he said that like you add it all into the bowl, and it tells you pour in the sugar, whisk, all of that stuff. But it always says add 4 eggs or add 3 eggs. And it doesn't say crack the eggs, take the eggs out the shell. It doesn't say, it just says add 4 eggs. And so he was saying, or is it add the eggs whole? Do you just like add the whole egg into the mixture and start mixing it around and make a cake, and then it's got crunchy bits in it? You don't. You know to crack the egg and put the egg out the shell. But for new people, like you,
to be honest, if I've tried to make a Victorian sponge and I saw that, I would like, because I'm not really much of a baker or a cook or anything like that anymore, I almost would have maybe put the egg straight in if I hadn't. I've seen it on TV and stuff. If I didn't know, I would just literally put the eggs in and go, sweet.
So who just does the cooking?
Yeah.
That would be myself. And so it's true when people start isogenics as well. And from the very beginning, and I'll use Chloe's not on the call, but Chloe is one of Lucinda's girls that she got started. And Chloe enrolled her friend Karen last week. And Karen is in a message with myself and Chloe. And I said, I've acknowledged, we posted on the team page for you. And I was just saying, just let us know when your box arrives. And she said, yeah, amazing. I'll let you know when I start. And I was like, No. Let me know when your box arrives, because we need to do a call to make sure that you're set up properly so that you can start your products. The egg was missing in my communication, which I didn't communicate. Make sure you let me know as soon as your box arrives so that I can take you through the program. We can have a call. And the egg was the have a call bit. So basically all the time this comes up in Isagenix, we have these egg analogies, and Isaac, every time it comes up, I'm like, there's the egg. Like, we keep joking about it because it happens all the time. Like, new people get their product and they do a cleanse day on the very first day, and then they're vomiting in the toilet because they didn't know that they need to do 3 shake days before they can do a cleanse day. Who, when they first got their Isagenix box, just automatically knew that they needed to do 3 shake days before a cleanse day? Amy, because she's probably looking it up on the internet because she's like some Google. She
went through all the guides. It's like, yeah, I got this. Annie, tell me what to do.
But apart from Amy, the freak of nature, there's no one else knew that, you know, like 9 times out of 10, you very rarely get an Amy that's, you know, really going to do it to a T. Most people need to be like baby stepped through this. They need to know that they have to have, you know, so much water, that they have to have 1 natural accelerator in the morning, 1 at night, that they have to put the water in before the shake. We've had people put the shake in first and it's gone like concrete.
Every single call I say, you've got to put the water in first. Put the water in first.
Water in first, you know, like we had my aunt make a pint of water with her shake. That was the egg. She obviously didn't know 200 to 300 milliliters of water. So that's what I mean. The first 30 days, you literally need to like handhold people in this. You need to be like babying them through it for them to get results. And I have in the beginning left people to their own devices. They don't reorder. Simple as that. Because they just probably ate chocolate cake or something, or they ate fish and chips and then, you know, made concrete shakes. I don't know what they were doing, probably because I wasn't in communication with them, so I didn't know what they were doing anyway. So that's the egg. You'll be spotting all those eggs now.
Thanks, Rach. I'm glad
I love that analogy. Well. It's so good. So good. I was like egg all over my face when I first started Isagenix. There was so much egg.
Okay, enough eggs. I wanted to take you guys really, really quickly through, because I don't think we need to spend too long on this, but in relation to the egg analogy, I honestly believe so many people don't do this step, even though it can seem like a really simple step in the process of when you're wanting to get your products paid for, build an Isagenix business. This is like the first step in the process of getting to that point. But so many people either don't do it or don't do it to the extent where it's sustainable even. And that's actually writing out your contact list. Sounds simple, right? But if I said just go write out your contact list, that's basically what Rach was talking about. But I'm actually going to take you guys through what it looks like when we've written out a contact list, when we show people when they've just started, and what it looks like when you get further on into the business, so you can see what it looks like over time as well. But first question I want to ask is, who here has actually got a written contact list, either on a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper with at least 10 or more names on it?
Lucinda's hands straight up.
Awesome. Yep. Cool. Perfect. See, we haven't done with Amy. That's our fault. But we will.
I'm having a call with that.
You've got the call. You didn't miss the egg. Cool. Okay.
I didn't miss the egg.
I'm going to share screen and just show you what it looks like when I actually did. So my mum, I'll just give you an example. My mum's been doing this, like Isagenix, using the products in particular for like the last 3 years now. And she has like dabbled in the business. She's not fully serious about it, but she, you know, wants to get her products paid for. And, you know, I've never taken her through, and like no one's taken her through basically writing a contact list. And so I've told her so many times to write a contact list, you know, and I've been impatient, you know, as you get with parents sometimes. And I was just write a contact list. You just write it down. Looks like this. Go for it. But I've never shown her. So I actually took the time after that Super Saturday this morning to go through with her how to write the contact list. And what to put on it, basically.
I just think about our people at the beginning, and they just, the poor things, like your mum, just write a list. Like, what are you, stupid? Just write a list.
Idiots, write the list. No, but it's so important that we take people through step by step and don't miss the cracking of the eggs.
Do you have the the list from Isagenix Business that you can show them? Because that's really good.
Oh yeah, I'll show you from a duplicatable point of view, and then I'll show you what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Isagenix Business. Oh, events. Let's see, it shows you how much I look at events. Okay. So this is the other step. Like, I get people to literally, I take them to this. Now I do anyway. Take them to this, click on start here with them over Zoom. And then I take them through all these steps. We're going to go to the make a list step just because that's what we're talking about. And there's the who do you know worksheet. You click on the who do you know worksheet. And on the who do you know worksheet, I take them through all the wording up here. And then I ask them, like, who do you know is health conscious? Who do you know is concerned about their weight? Who do you know who wants less stress in their life, wants more energy? So taking them through those tick boxes, ticking them off as you go, and getting them to write down those people's names on a list, either written on a piece of paper or a book or on a spreadsheet. Either is okay, just whatever they prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit.
Sorry, yeah, or on this who do you know list right here.
So there's a bit at the bottom. So you can use these as like prompts, like who do you know who's a teacher? Who do you know who's a nutritionist? I think the hairdresser.
Everyone's got a hairdresser.
Mum's ex-hairdresser, so she's good at talking. Yeah. Who do you see? And then it gives you like different places that you go, like the coffee shop or the hair salon, like places you might not have even thought about, you know, your bank, for example. And then you can just write their names in here.
Yeah, and their phone numbers, date, contact, follow-up date, and solution discussed. So whether it's weight loss, the financial side, energy and performance, healthy aging, writing one of those solutions down there.
And then to be honest, like with, you know, Kyla and Dave, when they've wrote the list of 10, we would just go through them together and be like, okay, what's the best way to contact this person? It's just get them on the phone. Okay, cool. Let's send them a text and see if they're free to get on the phone tomorrow night. And it's just literally going through them. Yeah.
And obviously this is one way of doing it. And the reason why I don't use this ongoing with people is because, well, obviously there's just not enough spaces and people might want to do it on spreadsheet or something else or in their own book. So the one I often duplicate for people who like spreadsheets looks like this. So this is literally the one I did for my mum today. This is the master list contact template that I've sent you guys in the group message. And I said, you know, what's the first 10 people you can think of? And we just did it off the top of her head from the people she's been following up recently and meeting recently in the last week. And these just off that, not even going through the who do you know is health conscious, who do you know who wants their stress and all that. She came up with these names straight away, like bang, straight away, just asking a couple of questions. And I said, cool, I'll write them down as you go. And then we'll write down, you know, at the same time, Judy, okay, so, you know, she knows her from Landmark, this company that we've done personal development at, and that person's on holiday in America. So I was like, great, okay. So she's talked to her before. She should also go on the follow-up list. I don't know if I added her, but yeah, Mum would add her to the follow-up list and put Judy in there as well, and then add the notes there. So the point is, she wrote these names down first, and then the people that she said that she'd already talked to at least once, I told her, and I started it for her, I didn't finish it, but I said, add those people to your follow-up list as well.
Because literally, like, Isaac's mum doesn't know what to do. It's the same, you know, with a lot of people. They just don't know what to do. Well, do I go out and do I have a coffee catch up? Do I try and talk to them about Isagenix? Or, you know, what do I do? And we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But there's often like a missing. There's like, you meet someone and then there's like a bit where you're, you know, meant to build a relationship, but you meet someone and then you start talking about Isagenix, and it's like you've collapsed the you know, making friends and connecting and the prospecting. Like, you've just gone straight in. It's like you wouldn't see someone walking down the street who looks like they need to lose 3 stone and go up to them and say, I've got a really great weight loss solution. You know, that would be so rude. So you need to, some people may not want to make a change in their health, and you need to build that relationship and identify that there's a need before you start talking about Isagenix, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to next. So you can continue that. I'll just finish this quickly. So that's as difficult as it gets, as complex as it gets. Adding people each day, each time you're talking to 1 or 2 or however many people each day, and you meet new people on the go, and when you're out, you add them to this list every day. So you met Tom today at the supermarket, add Tom to the list. And you got his Facebook details, add it on Facebook, whatever note you want to put. That's it. And at least you know where you met them, because the biggest thing is you can have like 500 people on this list plus, and you're like, oh, I met Tom like however many, like a year ago, I can't remember where I met him. So, and that's a bit awkward when you go to the conversation, hey, I can't really remember you, but hey, how's it going? But so you just want to add like a small note as well at the same time, and then just keep adding and building on this list each day. That's all you have to do with that list. And then when you do talk to them, not even necessarily about ISGN, when I've connected with them and, I want to follow them up for another conversation, I literally add them straight to the follow-up list. So you basically got all these people eventually end up on the follow-up list, for instance. And then a lot of my notes go in here after, when I'm following them up ongoing. So that is like, that's all you need to do right now. Eventually it might turn into how our contact list works, or you get used to using the list and you want to change it up a bit, and there's better ways you find to, build your contact list and keep track of it. We've got the contact list and follow-up store that stays the same always. And on our contact list here, the only things I've literally just added these 3 at the end recently, because I saw Jackson Parr was doing it, one of the ISGN Millionaires. And team follow-ups, I've shown you guys on a previous team call this before. So these are our people's people. So people we've enrolled, Dave and Kyle, like all of you, if we're in touch with any of your people that you're talking to, we put them even on our list to follow up either with you or with them directly, depending on the conversations we've had.
You guys probably don't need to worry about that too much right now.
That's in the future, yeah. When you start growing a bigger team, when maybe you're manager, director, and beyond.
It's when you start looking after, like, supporting your people's people and stuff like that.
Yeah, it can start a consultant. You could have like 10 people that you enroll and you're still a consultant, but 3 or 4 of those people have got people you're talking to. You're like, oh, I can't remember who I talked to. You might want to create this list. So at that point, the other 3 board of directors is just your top 10 to 20 people that you really want in your team.
Yeah. So when you think about like Kyla mentioned this guy that has like a really good network that she's like, I want to have him in my team. Can't remember his name now. But that's the type of person that would go on your board of directors list. It's like, or it's someone that maybe had been in network marketing before, or
that person's a gun on social media. They've got like 5,000 contacts. So I definitely need to add them to my board of directors.
And that's the other thing that I was going to mention, guys, because I spoke to Joe about this when we met up the other night, is if you've got people that that are in another company right now, you don't want to go in and start talking about your company. The reason being is because they get talked to all the time about other companies. They're not interested. They're obviously posting on social media about their company because they're passionate about their company. It's like someone coming and talking to me about another network marketing company like Face Oil or something. I would be like, I'm sorry, I'm busy and I'm building my own Isagenix business. Like, you just shut down because you think someone's trying to sell you stuff. The best thing you can do, and this is like sidetracking a little bit, but the best thing you can do is become what we call their number 2. And their company is like number 1 right now in their mind. But if you can become their number 2, like make friends with them, go out for coffee, hang out, because genuinely, if there's someone that you would want in your business, then you would probably want to hang out with them because you would want them to be your friend. So I've got a friend that's in another company right now. I just love hanging out with her. So we go out for walks. I spend time with her kids. When her company is no longer her number 1, who do you think that she'll call? Me. Because suddenly my Isagenix was number 2, but now it's number 1. And if a company is under 10 years old and they're in another company it's under 10 years old, the chances are that they won't last anyway, because it's like
just the stats. Yeah,
stats, like a tiny percentage of companies last past the 10th year. So if they're in a company that's a couple of years old, they're on shaky ground. The other thing is that things change. Isagenix have never changed their compensation plan. They never will. They only ever give us more money. They only ever put up like the amount that we get paid. It never gets cut, like their promises that they never sell the business, it never gets taken away. That's a legacy company. But other companies do change their compensation plans. They do sell their organizations. You know, sometimes it happens overnight and the associates don't know. So if you're their number two and that happens, even to some of the big companies that have been around for a long time, they're going to think about you. So that's how you kind of want to do that as well.
Yes.
All right. And I know that's probably more appropriate for like Lou and Joe, because you guys know people in network marketing. But, you know, all of us meet so many people in the UK that do network marketing. In New Zealand, there's hardly anyone.
There's hardly anyone there. Yeah. But if
crazy.
You know network marketers, it's great. Just make friends with them. If you like them, you know, if you don't and you would never want them in your business, then
you probably don't want to be friends with them.
Yeah. It's up to you who you want in your business.
So think yourselves thankful you're all on this call, because that means you're all our friends.
But at the same time, this contact list back here, which is your master contact list, add anyone, even if you don't like them, and you just don't even think this is for them or they won't be interested, still add them to the contact list.
Yeah.
I think you would have heard that if you guys have listened to GoPro, Eric Worre, the audiobook, which I said as a homework a couple of weeks ago.
He says
that.
If you're your worst enemy, put them on the list.
Yeah.
If they are, you know, put them on the list, like he's saying. And I resisted doing that with some people because I was like, I'm never going to want that. But people change, you know. People don't stay the same.
I'll quickly go through this because Rachel wants to cover a few things around prospecting, connecting. Hot list, the people who are keen, pumped, ready to get started. You may have had 3-week course and they may have come to a taster party and they're interested. They may just be waiting on finances or some version of that. But, you know, they've expressed interest, basically. That's the people I add to my hot or warm list, whatever you want to call it.
And so the girl that I just started told me she wanted to get started 18 months ago. So they go on the hot list, but that doesn't mean that they always get started when they're on the hot list. So don't get attached. I think at the beginning I used to get attached to, they said they want to get started. That means that they're going to get started. Like, people say that they're going to do a lot of things. That doesn't mean that they do all of them. And I'm not saying, you know, treat everyone. If they tell you they're going to get started, treat them like they're going to get started.
Take them through the same process as you would with anyone else.
Exactly. And, you know, like, obviously, just if you're putting the energy out there for them to join your business, then that's what's going to happen.
And the less attachment you can have and be like, it's totally okay. I totally get it's not for you right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to keep helping people. And when it's your time, you know, I'll be here, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't her time and now it is. And she, you know, I kept in touch with her as best I could because she didn't communicate with me very much. She would come back to me every like fourth message. She just reached out and said, like, I'm ready to get started. Now's my time. And I met her on a fish counter in a supermarket. I met her on a fish counter.
People everywhere there.
I know. Look at Lucinda's face. She's laughing. And we always joke, oh, remember that time you sold me fish? Seriously, you could meet your next millionaire in your business on the fish counter.
That's it. I've seen Rach doing in crazy places. Build the relationship. So that's the last list. Build the relationship is people that, you know, they're not necessarily on the hot list yet, but and you still need to like do some more connecting with them and stuff. So you put them on your build a relationship list. People you're still going to build a relationship before you even probably share Isagenix.
Yeah.
So that's where those people go. Rach, you've got 10 minutes to cover talking people through how to connect. And
for some of you, we've been through this stuff already. And that's where the sprint will come in for you guys, because the sprint will be really focused around, you know, stuff that you don't know.
Why I actually put this on, I don't think I told Rach, but I was talking to Kyla. We were over at Kyla's house for the taster party, and Kyla goes, what do I actually say to people when they ask what I do? Once again, the egg analogy, you know? And I was just like, you just say, you know, if they ask what you're doing and what you're using, it's like, oh, it's nutritional cleansing. But, you know, Kyla didn't know. She was like, oh, well, that's pretty easy. But, you know, I just want Rach, if you could cover that stuff, the simple stuff you can say.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. Okay, so this also says here that you can download your Facebook friend list. So that's another thing. You can download a spreadsheet of all your Facebook friends, and you can just like go through them basically. And,
I've got mine here, actually.
Them.
See all my Facebook friends.
Yeah, and there's a link. There's like instructions on how to do that on the Abundant Living page that we can tag you in.
I'll copy the link onto the group message.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so what does it look like? So say I'm out and about, I connect with someone on the fish counter, or I don't know, the waitress or anywhere. What do I do then? I don't ever bring up Isagenix when I meet someone unless there's like a real opportunity for it. Someone's like, you know, asking me what I do. I say I work in like health, and then they're like, oh, you know, tell me about it. And and they're really kind of like pushing me to tell them, like, then I'll, you know, maybe I'll share a little bit. But I always keep like the curiosity and intrigue there, because I think that's why they want to know more. So then I'll just add them on Facebook. As I've said before, I do and I'm going to do a whole piece on social media, but or we might get a guest on actually, but we'll see. Okay, so I would add them into my Facebook. Chances are between when I add them and when I message them, they'll look at my feed. They usually do. And then I would usually flick them a message and say, hey, it was so awesome to meet you, or so cool to meet you. It would be great to catch up for coffee over the next like week or so. Are you free on Wednesday or whatever? And I catch up with them for coffee. If I can't catch up with them for coffee and start to build that relationship, then I'll jump on the phone with them, you know, whatever, really, just like any way that I can kind of get in communication and start to build a friendship. Now, I could go out to a whole coffee meetup and not even bring up Isagenix. I'll be always listening for things that they're saying, asking them questions about themselves, listening for, is there something that they need? Like, is there a need there that I can help them with through the solutions that Isagenix have to offer? Literally, like 9 times out of 10, they usually say there's something, whether it's their health or their finances or they've got no time, and those are the solutions that we offer. And then once we've built like a bit more of a relationship, maybe we'd even go out 2 or 3 times. Maybe I don't do something crazy like go rock climbing or go swimming or go to the gym, or, you know, just do stuff that friends would do. Then I would usually invite them to like a launch party or one of the online webinars that we have, or like a Super Saturday event or something that's going on. I would invite them to some sort of event. And then obviously they can, you know, come along and find out a bit more. If they can't make it along and I invite them a couple of times, I ask them if they're free to get on a call, if they're open to getting on a call and talking more about the solutions that I have to offer that might help this thing that I heard them say, you know, the fact that they want to be at home with their child and they're working 60 hours a week or something. And then it's pretty much like I voice messaged someone today. I was like, literally, I get people on 3-hour calls, I get them to launch parties, I get them started, I get them results, and then I help them share those results. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple.
Taking it back, Rachel, because I want to rewind it a bit, do like a bit of interview style with you.
Yes.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. I didn't know he was going to do this.
No, but I just want you to tell these guys the wording that you actually use. So if we do just a role play, for example,
okay,
it's going to be something really simple. Meet you at the supermarket, the fish counter.
Yeah.
I'm working behind the fish counter, and you just come up to me as you normally would, and you want to get some fish. You know, how would the conversation go? I'll keep it real simple, and I'll be interested in what you're talking about as well, to make it clear for these guys. So you can meet me at the fish counter.
Hi, how are you going?
Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to buy just a few pieces of cod for my dinner.
We don't have cod here. This is New Zealand. We have hoki though, and we have red snapper.
Maybe I'll get some red snapper. That'd be good.
Yeah, red snapper. That's good. Awesome. Okay, I'll just wrap it up for you.
Perfect. Thank you. So whereabouts are you from?
I'm actually from Tauranga. Do you know where that is?
Yeah. I know where Tauranga is. It's beautiful down there.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it down there. I really miss it, actually. I wish I could go back there.
Yeah? Have you worked in Countdown for a while?
Yeah, I've been working for like last 2 years.
Yeah, and where are you from originally? I can see that you're, like, you look, whether you're from Cook Islands or...
Oh, I'm a bit of a fruit salad. My mum's from like part Māori, Niuean, and my dad's German and all sorts. So yeah.
Really?
I am Kiwi.
Yeah?
Born and bred, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's funny, I've got quite a lot of friends at Cook Island, and they always like make fish in like coconut cream. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that like a
traditional?
Oh, really? It's like a traditional dish.
Yeah.
I've like always thought that was kind of strange, but it always looks really yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to actually try making the recipe myself, so I thought I'd buy this fish. Can you do it with red snapper?
Yeah, you can do it with really anything, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I'm actually quite new. I don't know if you can hear, I'm quite new to New Zealand.
You sound like you might be from Queensland or something.
Queensland? No, I'm actually from the UK originally.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but just always looking to connect with and make new friends here.
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I am, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Could I grab your Facebook name?
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then give them.
So that's pretty much what I did with Akanksha, who just started. I could see that she's from Fiji, but I could see that she was not from, like she wasn't white. And so I just started asking her about where she was from, her family. She said she was from Fiji, that she missed Fiji, that she missed the food. I said, oh, I know like friends that, you know, are from there and they cook like everything in coconut cream. And I started asking her like if she had recipes, and she actually wrote down a recipe for me on the fish counter. And then I said, oh, I'm always looking to connect and make new friends. Like, are you on Facebook? Most people are on Facebook these days. So that's pretty much it. I find common ground as quickly as I can by asking them questions. And I've just got really good at, you know, finding some way to connect with people, whether it's through like, you know, the gym or you know, if I'm in the gym, I'm always looking for like other people to like work out with. Are you on Facebook? Like maybe we can work out together sometime. Or, you know, I'm always looking for people to like go do like the park workouts in London with. Like, are you on Facebook? Do you fancy going and working out together sometime? So I'm always looking for new friends.
Making friends. That's the main thing, isn't it? Like, we're not necessarily going around like expecting people to be like, you know, what do you do? And then like, yes, Isagenix, have you heard of it? Like, we're not like that. Like, we just talk to people and literally just want to make friends and go around. You know, Rach really taught me this, which is why I used her as the example, interviewed her like that, because her way of just speaking to people and going out and about and just making friends, she's just natural at it. But it doesn't mean that if you're not natural at it, you can't do it. Because I wasn't natural at it, and I've learned about it like watching Rach and using that same wording. I usually literally duplicated the same wording that Rach uses, and you know, maybe more in my sort of tone and way of doing it, but it actually works. Like, you just get interested in people, ask a few questions, and just be like, you know, like, it'd be awesome to catch up. I love the gym too.
Yeah, and it's not weird. If you think it's weird, when you do it, you will come across as weird. So just like get over the fact that it's not weird. Like, it's weird to not want to be friends with people. That's weird, you know? Like, people want more friends. Like, people want to be, who on this call would love more awesome friends? Like, Amy's like, maybe. I've got loads of awesome friends. But you like, literally people just want like positive people in their life. And I think sometimes people say to me, oh, isn't it a bit weird like if I ask a stranger for their Facebook? I'm like, well, if you think it is, then you're probably going to sound like a weirdo when you ask them. Yeah, you know, like if it's running in the background and you're like, oh my god, like freaking out, like sweating and stuff, like they're going to be like, maybe I won't give this person my details. But if it's just like, oh, I really love making new friends, like you on Facebook, they'd just be like, yeah, sure. So, and you just, that person could be literally your new best friend. Like in Isagenix, we are lucky enough to earn an income where, you know, you can travel, you can do, like, your life is uncapped. So if you wanted to go and lie on a beach in the Caribbean for a month with your best friends, you could. So why would you not want those people to be like the people that you work with and the people that you go lie on the beach in the Caribbean with, you know, and earn money while you're sipping cocktails? Like, it's one and the same. Like, our best friends are in this business, and I honestly believe there's people out there that are going to be my best friends that I've not even met yet. I think that every time I go out, who can I help today and where are they? I just know that there's people out there that are going to be like, you know, at my wedding, and that I haven't even met those people yet. And how much fun is that? That's like so much fun.
Rach, a couple, we're just hit after 9. If you guys need to go.
Yes.
But I just wanted to do a couple more role plays. Like, who likes the role plays? Who liked listening to us do their role play? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to do a couple more because I think like these are two common questions that people get and they don't know what to say, or they slip up, especially at the beginning, which is like, what do you say when people ask, what is it that you do? You know, what is it that you do when you're talking to them about, you know, maybe you've touched on nutritional cleansing. They'll be like, well, what does you do? What is this thing? So I'll touch on that. And then and there's one more thing. So Rach, like if I was a potential prospect.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, like, what is this thing? What is it that you actually do for a living?
What is it that I do for a living?
Yeah.
Okay. What would I say? Oh my God, I just like had total mind blank. What do I do? I run an online health and wellness business. I help people with their health through nutrition.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
How do I learn more about that?
What, are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Because I post lots of stuff on there. If you add me, then I'll be able to.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see more about it, and I can send you a bit of information.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. No worries.
That's it. I don't tell anyone. Because
you don't have to explain it to them. That was the point and I'm glad Rach did it exactly how I wanted it to. Yeah. So you literally don't have to say. You can even just say, look, like, it's nutritional cleansing. I love it. And they're like, what's that? Well, I could send you like a short clip that'll explain it better if you want. Like, yeah. Okay. No worries. Well, okay. You're on Facebook. Literally just saying that. Just adapt it to the conversation, but generally you can literally just do that and use a tool to explain it. Or, if there's someone who's open to being in a conversation, I can get you on a call actually with one of my mentors. They explain it really well, and they probably have similar goals to you even. You could say it too. How about I get you on a call with them? And if they say no, just like, oh, that's all right. How about I just send you a short clip then? There's always a tool that you can initially send to someone that, someone's going to be open to it depending on who the person is and what their personality is. So that's one thing when people ask you what you do. The other thing was, what do you do, say, Rach, when you're inviting someone to a taster party? Like you're on Facebook and you're sending a voice message, or you're on the phone and you're inviting them. What is it? Just something simple you say.
So when I was first in Isagenix, what I'd say is I'm having a get together. I'm having a taster party at my house. It's going to be all around health and nutrition and helping people in like a positive community. And I'm really new to this, and I would love your support. That's what I used to say. Would you be free to come along and support me in my new venture? People are not going to say no.
The only reason someone would ever say no to that is because they have maybe something on that same night.
Unless they've got like actual plans.
Yeah.
But if they're free and they're your friend, they're not going to go, no, I don't want to support you. People want to help people. Like people genuinely want to make a difference in the world. So yeah.
It's that simple. Like we don't say much more than that, to be honest. Like we're not new anymore. When you're not new, obviously you can be like, well, I'm running it actually, and this is my business, and I love it, and I want to share it with you. There's different things we say depending on the person, but for you right now, you can just be like, I'm actually new to this. I'm still learning, but I just love your support. Like to check it out and just see what it's about and support me.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool.
Does that help you guys? So just answering those few questions, those key questions I know that a lot of people get asked. Cool. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording.